It's time to head to Peterborough Speedway, the world's fastest third mile. Enjoy some wicked short track action featuring a variety of classes, including junior late models, bone stocks, mini stocks, renegade trucks, super stocks, and the pro late models. Don't miss their special nights with free entry, double tuning night, driver autographs, and the prestigious Autumn Colors Classic, the biggest event in racing. Whether you're a diehard fan or a new enthusiast, Peterborough Speedway has something for everyone. Visit peterboroughspeedway.com for more information and get ready for an adrenaline-fueled experience on the track. Welcome to GForceTV, your ultimate destination for live racing action at Ohsweken Speedway, Canada's top dirt oval track. Tune in for thrilling weekly racing and exclusive behind-the-scenes content with top racers and media personalities on our podcasts, On Track Weekly and Race Rivals Race Chat. GeForce Lite is also available to bring you highlights from racing events, making it the perfect platform for showcasing Ontario racing at its best. Whether you're a diehard or casual enthusiast, GeForce TV is where you want to be. Visit GeForceTV.net for more information and join us as a partner today. Don't miss out on the excitement. Rev up your passion for racing with GeForce TV.
Stickers and scuffs, we ride. Interviewing drivers side by side. From the pits to winning strides. Stickers and scuffs, our racing guide. Hear the roar and feel the speed. Every driver chasing dreams. From the green flag to the win. Cam Graydon, let's begin. Stickers and scuffs, we ride. Interviewing drivers side by side. From the pits to winning strides. Stickers and scuffs, our racing guide. Engines roaring, crowds alive. Ontario pride by the mile. Lap by lap on the move. Catch the thrill in every groove. Stickers and scuffs, we ride. Interviewing.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Stickers and Scuffs for a brand new month. It's a Peterborough month. Peterborough Speedway partnered with us for this month, and we wanted to have somebody on here who has the one of the bigger awards out there. He's a Scuffy Award winner, one of the first ever Scuffy Award winners. And he's been a buddy of ours for a couple of years, and we're ecstatic to have him on. Brad Lavalle is joining us, racer and official out at Peterborough Speedway. Brad, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's great, man. Well, first off, I guess we could start with you were at this opening weekend at Sunset Speedway. You were right in victory lane with Colton Everingham. With he got the big win, and a win that Graydon and I really didn't realize had been so long in the wait. How did you find the weekend was at Sunset, and what was one of the stories that you wanted to take away from this past weekend?
It was definitely very cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just the Colton Everingham feel-good story of the weekend. Like,
Absolutely.
worked his butt off to get to where he is. And it definitely shows this year he's going to be a threat to win every night.
I
Yeah,
can
and it
honestly,
just shows also that he's just what a grateful guy, right? Like
Yeah.
when you see that guy, I mean, being so far removed, I don't want to sell him short because it's never for lack of effort. He's just, by his own admission, they've been off for a while and just things haven't gone his way for the last few seasons, and it's been enormously frustrating. But it just, when he does, he's another 6 years older now, and it just it almost, you could feel how much it meant to him just because it's been such a long time coming.
Yeah, for sure. Like there wasn't a dry eye in Victory Lane.
There definitely was not.
That
I didn't even know
you
you were in
included, right?
Victory Lane. There was a scrum of people there, and they were putting us through pretty fast. Like props to Sunset for keeping the program moving right along. Got out of there in speedy time. That's a sidebar, but that's cool. That there was just a whole bunch of people there, and everybody was feeling that moment. It was pretty neat.
Oh, for sure.
So
One of the
yourself, you as Cam said, you're an official and
Mhm.
you've driven just about everything under the sun in the last 20 plus years. So give us kind of the Brad Lavalle story. How did you get into racing? Was it driving first? Was it official work? What was it?
Oh, it was definitely driving first. Back in
Yeah.
2003, my dad was racing mini stocks.
Hmm.
So then I decided to jump behind the wheel with him, team up that season. It didn't end too well. It ended with a destroyed race car, but
Live and learn, right?
you live and learn. And
Yeah.
yeah, I've basically driven everything from bone stocks, mini stocks, renegade trucks, super stocks. I've driven the Rusty Wallace ride-along cars at Kawartha and Jacasa.
Hmm.
Wow.
You might have
Wow.
drove like were you there at Kawartha in like 15 or so? When was the last year that it was open? Was it 15?
That's a
I
good
It,
can't remember what
question.
year I did it, but I don't remember who drove me around there, but I did the ride along. Maybe it was you.
it could have been.
Oh man. Yeah, it's one of those things that um it- I think we would benefit from having a couple more tracks out there like Kawartha Speedway. So for those that aren't as familiar, Brad, what was Kawartha Speedway?
It was a 3/8 mile oval, high bank, progressive banking,
Hmm.
and just an all-around amazing track.
Yeah.
That's
I
fast.
loved running that Friday night and then going down the road to Peterborough on Saturdays.
Oh, they did Friday nights, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, see, and that's when you started back in '03, what was what was the field like in the mini stock division? Obviously, it's a little bit lower now, but how many cars are we talking were you competing against?
There's probably 20 plus cars a night.
Oh yeah.
Because, yeah,
What was
it started at Peterborough in 2001 with, I think, three cars, and then it
Oh
jumped up
shit.
quick.
What was your first mini stock?
It was a Pontiac Sunfire.
Nice.
Pontiac Sunfire. Now, obviously, you guys still rock the Pontiacs out there.
Oh, yeah.
Um, why is it that those cars are such good race cars? Bone stocks, mini stocks. I mean, they seem to be. Chris Lawrence basically lives off of those cars. Um, what is it about the Pontiac Sunfires?
They're easy to set up and they're cheap for parts and
Yep.
easy to
Okay,
get parts for.
really?
They're
Huh.
starting to get hard to get the subframes and whatnot for them, but
Hmm.
Hmm.
other than that, yeah, they're cheap.
I love
Yeah,
that.
they've been around like a day or two now. Just like Sunfires are few and far between. And when I see them driving around here, like there's still like a few on the road here that somebody has loved. And I was like, oh my God, when that person, God forbid, passes away, like I gotta pay
Future race
attention to
car.
what's, yeah, building
It
old
said
school
it
pretty
says
fun stuff.
Kawartha Speedway closed in 2018. I don't know about that. That I think it was earlier than that,
It
but
was definitely earlier than that.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say maybe officially,
I
but
think it came back for a year or two with Andrew
yes.
McFadden ran it for a couple years.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I think it was like 2009, 10-ish.
Well,
Yeah, it's been a while. Like,
and you've been Peterborough Speedway since the very
mhm.
beginning.
Yeah.
The man, I go back and talk about like Peterborough Speedway is just that's the Mosport Speedway was my first track, but then the second track for me was Peterborough Speedway. Always puts on amazing action. Hi Nala? What is it about Peterborough
Cameo.
Speedway that you love so much?
Just it's a driver's track. Like you have to be
Okay.
able to get up on the wheel and physically drive the track.
Yeah.
Canada's toughest third mile, baby.
100%.
I
Graydon's
I've been
been around it. He knows.
he needs to get
Not
back
at full
behind it.
song. I was kind
No,
of
he needs
hobbling
to
around
try
there, but
again.
like, yeah, I was like Ricky Bobby. Like, were those the cars?
Yeah. And just
He
also like all the staff, they make
Yeah.
you want to come back every week.
Yeah, it's a fun place for sure.
You guys have obviously you have the big events every year. You have the ACC that is the crown jewel of weekends of racing. I absolutely love that event. It's my favorite weekend. But the weekly action that you guys get there too, it is the debate has always been it's not a two-lane racetrack. It's around the bottom. That's the only way you can navigate. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's false because if your car's set up, you can go on the outside.
Hmm.
Okay.
I made a lot of
Interesting.
my passes over the years all on the outside.
I happen to remember a pass that you made last year, actually, on the high side during the bone stock. No, sorry, the mini stock. You were in the mini stock feature,
Yeah,
and we were calling from the booth, and you made a couple passes
I'm
actually
pretty
on the
sure all
high
my
side.
passes are on the high side
Yeah,
there.
And
yeah. So,
you're up above like those real washboardy bumps too, right? Like
Yeah.
when you're like, I mean, the track's got its character all the way up and down and around, but I mean, it's not you're not in that washboardy type stuff. I mean, I only went around there with no suspension type cars, but I mean, I can imagine it'll upset a car if you hit that the wrong way too, like a
Yeah.
suspension car.
so
Yeah, for sure.
you got out there. You started in 2003 with the mini stocks. Where did we progress from there? Did you go run there for a couple years and then go to the Renegade trucks? Like, what was the next step?
I ran the mini stocks for a bunch of years till the bone stocks came out. And I dropped
Okay.
down to bone stock for probably 3 years or so. And then I believe in 2011, I took the summer off of full time and went enduro racing.
Hmm. Yeah, like I said,
Okay.
you've done like a kind of a plethora of different
Yeah.
vehicles and types of racing. Like you, enduro racing's kind of a whole different animal, eh?
Oh yeah, I love the 250 lap enduro races. Throw a new tire on the right front and it usually lasts the whole race.
Yeah,
Really, eh?
The
Wow.
first race I did, we finished off in the rain and I won it.
nice. Getting up on the wheel for that one,
Oh yeah. Well,
eh?
I was
I
used to doing the winter endurance races at Kawartha too, so it was
Oh, nice.
snow and sleet.
Right on. That's cool too. So I mean, like, there you go. Once again, like you're doing
Yeah.
stuff like all four seasons, and you're coming freaking guns blazing to these things, man.
and they don't do enduros at Peterborough at all, do they?
Not right now. I'm still working on JP to bring him back.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say.
think you guys need to push him a little bit too.
Okay,
I
okay,
would
yeah.
love to do that. Like, I want to do an enduro. Like, Chris Lawrence told me that right from day one. He's like, you would benefit from doing an enduro. Just go and like go lap after lap after
Yeah.
lap. Don't care where you finish. It's a good classroom in that sense where it helps with your line work and that sort of thing too as a driver, right?
Oh, for sure. You learn all the different lines doing it because you
Yeah.
never get in the same lap twice.
And you'll damn near and like almost anything can happen in an enduro race too. So you can kind of like learn real time, like people getting sideways in and around you, and like just keep
Oh,
on
for
trucking.
sure.
Yeah, I think there's only two tracks right now that are doing enduros, Flamborough and Full Throttle.
I think
Um,
so, yeah.
yeah, so we definitely would benefit because I mean I seem to remember way back when I first went to Peterborough, they were promoting an enduro, and
Mhm.
I kept bugging my dad to go because I saw in the picture there was just like 1,000 cars in the picture, right? And I'm like, "Nah, I want to see that many cars on the racetrack at one
Yeah,
time,
it's
right?"
action like crazy.
Um, and then obviously, the last couple years you've kind of transitioned into a more of a mentorship and tech role. I mean, you've been helping out a ton of people with their rides, and we actually, when we were considering the potential winner for the Scuffy Award, your name was brought up by people at Peterborough because of how helpful you have been. What why did you decide that, hey, I want to help people out, because I think at the end of the day, everybody wants to race. Everybody wants to go out there and win races. When did you make that decision?
I've done almost everything I need to do in racing, and it's just time to help the newer generation that's getting into it and learn how to set up a car and what to do, what lines to take.
So what's the biggest misconception from people that are starting with racing? What is their biggest mistake?
They just think they can bring a car out with any setup and just drive.
Mhm.
It doesn't
Yeah.
work that way. You need to put some setup into it.
Okay. Okay. And so for yourself, then, is it a matter of you have people come to you, or you go to them, or you kind of it
It's a mix of both.
mix of both? Because that's obviously one thing that I think a lot of people would benefit from is just having somebody, hey, talk to this person because they know how to set up a car. For yourself, best way to get around Peterborough Speedway or some helpful tip from Brad Lavalle. You've been doing it for so many years. What's something that would help a racer? If you're going to tell Graydon Bunn, if he's going to go out and race an enduro there, what's something that he should know about driving Peterborough?
Just patience. You
Mhm.
don't want to
Patience.
attack the corners hard, easy and hard off. If you
Easy
go in
and
too
hard.
hard, you're just gonna wash up in the center.
Yeah.
There you go, Graydon. Now we just got to get you a car, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of working on all that. I would love to go back to Peterborough and drive some. I would like to drive something with suspension there. It would be a ton of fun.
Different
I mean,
experience for
I'm
sure.
not fussy. I'll drive whatever, but um it is a driver's track, and it's cool to see it like that track. It goes from spring to deep, deep in the fall. So I mean, you get kind of the best of both worlds. Where like I would say so at least too. Like where I know we saw it at sunset on the weekend, where it was so cold that it was a bear for tires to hook up, and it was a show in itself watching the drivers hang on, let alone battle for position. So Peterborough being your home track, it's it's got to be fun driving it through all the seasons.
Yeah, for sure. Like in the spring, you get great horsepower, but you lack a grip. The
Yep.
summertime, your horsepower goes down a bit with the hot weather, but the grip level's there.
Yeah, feeling it
And
stick.
back to the colors, you just hang on for fun.
Yeah. With the smell of turkey and race fuel and rubber in the
Oh,
air,
for sure. It's the best time.
right?
And then making your kind of move into the tech role. I want to say this as polite as possible, but what would want why would somebody want to be a tech official? Because honestly, I feel like you guys get nothing but shit from people. Nothing but whining, complaining, um, harping on other people. Greg and I had this conversation. And we're like, if we were gonna be in charge of racing series, like who would we put in tech? Because like
Yeah.
it's one of those things. Like it's hard to get people to do it. But
Yeah,
the
we could ask
best
Phil this question too. Like
we
we
asked
can
Phil
ask
this
this
question.
question to a different like
I think
racers
that's what
tend
it
to think,
was. It was at Motorama. Why would you want
yeah.
to do tech? Yeah, why would you want to be in tech? So
I'm pretty sure Phil's regretting his decision already.
yeah, I think it is. Um, and so again, like I guess I get the main question there is kind of like why? Is it just this is an
Point blank.
opportunity and you
It's
want to
just an
see it?
opportunity to try and keep the class fair.
Yeah.
Like the classes all need a good strict tech to
Hmm.
make it fair and just yeah.
If it's strict and fair, people are going to complain. If
They're
it's
gonna
not,
complain, but
if,
But
it's
if
gonna
it's
make better
yeah,
racing.
but
and
it's
it's
better racing.
integrity. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
integrity of the track, and that's the same thing. Like where you're gonna have to wake up pretty in the morning to fleece Brad Lavalle, who's driven anything and everything under the sun, and the same to be said with Phil and the bone stocks. Like these, like you guys know what you're doing with these cars, and that's what keeps the. And as you said, for better or for worse, it can. You're not going to please everybody, but I mean, at the same time, it keeps integrity in the divisions and at the track, and it makes it a place where people want to come and race.
Yeah, like last year, I think the last couple nights of the season, there's 5 or 6 cars that could win on every given night.
Mm-hmm.
We just got our field so close.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
don't want to undermine that by like allowing like gray areas to prevail. So I mean that's good on you, man, for
Yeah.
taking on that challenge and that role.
Yeah, I think the races that we saw at Peterborough and the ones that we follow racing there quite routinely because we have a lot of SNS racers that are there. And you're absolutely correct. Like that bone stock division was stacked last year. I think it's even more stacked this year. You've got some good names
For
coming in
sure.
there and some young racers. The mini stocks are always competitive. I think prolates, again, you could have a couple different people win. Renegade trucks kind of they've kind of hurt a little bit the last couple of years, but I mean they're still, and same with super stocks, but um, that's everywhere really. I mean we were seeing
Yeah.
seeing
Like there
it
was
everywhere.
9 super stocks at Sunset. So like we're
Exactly.
hurting.
Exactly. It's kind of everywhere. Um, in your experience though, you've done the Dayco Superstock racing before. Um, and for as an experience, obviously that's got to be cool. You're racing guys like Trevor Culver, Ryan Dyson, Carson Nagy, guys that you wouldn't typically see at Peterborough Speedway. So in your mind though, what is it that is there a way to fix it? Is it just a cost
This
situation?
super stocks, I think it's definitely a cost situation.
Yeah.
They let it get too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not far from a late model, to be honest with you.
And that is yeah, we don't I mean it's one of those things I feel like Amanda Bolson told me that divisions are like this in racing, that they have their peaks and their valleys, and over
Mm-hmm.
years they'll struggle for a bit, and then they'll crawl back up, struggle, crawl back up. Hell, the modifieds were like that
Yeah.
at Sunset, and hot rods look like it this year. I mean, it wasn't expecting to be that low of numbers, but mini stocks at Sunset for a long time were struggling. Now they look really good. So
Yeah.
junior late models as well. So and then you guys at Peterborough, I think I almost want to say like your claim to fame right now is that your junior late model program is probably the best in the entire province. I mean, you guys had, I want to say it was 22
I think it
total
was
last
around
year.
that, yeah.
Yeah, 22, and you
Between the
split them
two
into
classes, yeah.
two classes last year because you had so many kids. And the one thing that you guys must love as a team at Peterborough Speedway is those kids all go into victory lane together and celebrate when one of them wins. It's the coolest thing to see. And they do that for heat wins. They come down, make sure they're in the picture, or they come down and go into victory lane and celebrate with each other for the most part. I mean, you guys have definitely something working well in that class.
Yeah, for sure. Like the kids are all running around together throughout the whole night. It's really good to see. They
Yeah,
all get
they
along and race clean together.
and that's
Yeah,
the big
that's neat
thing, right?
where yeah, they like you're propagating talent at the track, but you're also doing so and there's sportsmanship there, like there's respect, and that's something that arguably a lot of racing series, not just Canadian, like that's it's a racing thing. I think top to bottom is there's a lack of respect, as like some of the elders would say, or like it's changed, and kind of keeping that sportsmanship element to it is what can if like hooking that young generation, right? Like we can turn that around. Like the next
Yeah.
gen can yeah, bring back the next Mark Martin or something like that.
What do you
Yeah,
think it was,
definitely
Brad?
lack of respect.
What do you think it was? Because it just seemed like over the last couple of years that you guys got those numbers and to a massive amount. Is it that you guys are just you're bringing that many kids in on a weekly basis that are getting exposed to it and they want to go do it? Because it's clearly whatever you guys have done has been working.
Yeah, what's funny is Dave Sikma from the track just bought his daughter a Junior Late just to play around with on a Wednesday.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, people are inquiring about it. And sure enough, we had 2 to start, and I think 10 or 12 to finish the season it with the first year.
Awesome.
Wow, because it's relatively new at the track too. Like you guys weren't
Yeah, I think this might be the 4th season.
like
Wow.
that's insane. Like the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that you guys
awesome.
have that much and those kids like we're seeing um uh the Bandoleros, you see
Mhm.
Lila and Lucas, Landon, Hudson all going there, and then you have Chase Stevenson going up into Bone Stocks this year. And um I want to know from you, Brad, because you kind of you see it firsthand, some names of the future at Peterborough Speedway. Who are some people that you think, you know, we should be keeping our eyes on?
Yeah, definitely like Chase Stevenson. I think we'll have a decent season up in Bone Stock. Lila for sure. She's picked up huge over the
Mhm.
last couple seasons. And yeah, Kuznos, they're all competitive and pretty good.
There's like 8,000 of them,
I was
so
just gonna say the whole fam jam. Yeah.
I think there's five, four.
4
It
anyways,
was
I think.
yeah, four, and then Bobby
Yeah.
Cusio.
Say that's
So
almost a full line. Yeah.
And then his dad drives the hot rod too.
oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. They have um the 66, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So um and then of course you go like really into each division. I know you can't pick favorites there, Brad, but I mean obviously the championship battles last year, I can't I can't go out and say that there was one that was better than the other, but the battle between Sean Kennedy and Chris Tubman to come down to basically 1 point. Or sorry, was it
Anchovies.
Angela Novus? Sorry, Angela Novus um and Sean Kennedy 1 point, and
That was a wicked
that's
battle.
Yeah.
and it wasn't just one race. Like it was literally like that every single week between the two of them, and you've seen it. You've been a part of it. We saw at Delaware with their numbers. Are the bone stocks the future of racing right now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like they put on one hell of a show
Yeah.
everywhere you go. It doesn't matter what track, they're entertaining.
So
Absolutely.
can you guys go and run a bone stock if you wanted to?
I could, yeah,
Yeah.
elsewhere. I wouldn't run
Oh, you,
anything
c-
at
you can't do it at
Peterborough, but
Peterborough. Yeah.
no.
Okay. Because I kind of want to see. We've said it before. Graydon and I have talked about this before. Like, I want to see like some sort of a special event, but like people that haven't run bone stocks in years all be back and run a bone stock for a race,
Like a true all-star
like an
race.
all-star race, but with bone stocks. I mean, I think it would be hell of fun. I want to see like Sean Chenoweth and Kelly Balson and Amanda. Like, I want to see all these people go on that and get into
It's
bone
kind of like
stocks. And
that thing I did with the Legends at Humberstone. Like that was the concept of it, was like an all-star event, and that would
Mhm.
be super rad to do.
Hmm.
Oh, for sure.
And why not Peterborough Speedway? I mean,
I think there's no better place right now, right?
yeah.
Brad, obviously we know you're going to do a lot of the season as an official, but are you planning to do any races this year?
I'm gonna run the Daco race at Peterborough this summer.
Hell yeah.
Jump back into it.
Drag out his beautiful number 6, and that's an all, I believe that's an all metal body, right?
All steel body, Monte
All steel
Carlo,
body.
yeah.
Probably one of the
Nice.
best looking race cars out
Oh
there.
yeah.
Um, there's no doubt in my mind that is. Uh, we obviously give this opportunity to thank people, and we want to give you the opportunity to thank anybody and everybody that supports your program, but also supports you out at the track, because you're out there doing and that's why you won that Scuffy Award, because you're not out there. You could have said the hell with everybody else and I'm going to go take my tires and pack up my steering wheel and driver's suit and go, but you're out there and you're supporting your track and supporting the future, and that's why you were the pick. So this is your moment to thank everybody, partners, and people that help you get to the racetrack and help you out at the track.
Yeah, so first off, I gotta thank Stickers and Scuffs podcast for everything they do for the whole sport. Like without you guys, it would be boring.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And then also I thank Dan's Appliance Repair. He's come on probably about 4 or 5 years ago. He's been a huge help to our program. Kingsway Auto Center, if I need a shop, he gives me a shop to work in while I'm down here. Because obviously my garage is up in North Bay with my brothers. Mr. Transmission Peterborough, they do all my transmission work. So
hell yeah.
And then Norwood Auto Records, any used parts I need, they're around.
Perfect. Now, how about at the track, buddy? Who do you want to thank?
Oh, definitely have to thank both my brothers, John and Kristen. Without them, the program wouldn't run.
Yeah.
Because I'm so busy with tech now and everything. Even when I do decide to race, they're the ones that are wrenching on my car.
Nice.
They do a pretty good job because you're fast out there.
Yeah. No rust to shake off there.
No, not at all.
And just everybody that's given me advice over the years, like even love him or hate him, Dan Archibald's been a great help getting me where I am.
Oh, I love it.
It's definitely a shame for what he's going through right now.
Yeah, people do know there is a GoFundMe out there for Dan. You just check it out and donate if you can. He definitely could use it. We talked about it a couple of times on the show, and just you never want to see anybody have to go through that. And
yeah,
but he'll rebuild and he'll get through it. Dan's one of the toughest out there. So
for sure, he's on the mend.
Oh yeah, he's definitely. I'll bet you he'll have a car by the end of the season. Or hell, halfway probably.
I have a feeling it'll be sooner than you think.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be out in his number 6
stubborn
car.
racers, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. But Brad, we want to thank you for coming on the show and chatting with us. It's always a fun time getting to chat with you at the racetrack. Although we don't get to chat as often. We both. We all know that we have limited time to talk when we're at the track because we're all very busy. But it's an honor to have you as a Scuffy Award winner and as part of the SNS Racing family. Been part of you've been one of our loyal supporters since we started this deal, and we're really excited to be out there and heading to Peterborough a little bit more this year.
Well, thank you.
Everybody, that's Brad Lavalle here for Peterborough Speedway Week. We'll catch you next time on the Stickers and Scuffs podcast.
Thank you for watching the Stickers and Scuffs podcast. Subscribe, share, and like for more Ontario motorsports content.